It's the Rage Monkeys here to tell you about a trip that we took to
Delaware. Hi, I'm in Delaware.
Hate to break it to you, Wayne and Garth, but Delaware is surprisingly wonderful. I've been to this area a few times. My family went to Rehoboth Beach a few times when I was really little. And then back in 2020, we took a camping trip there, like the whole family. And I just knew it was going to be a place that I would return to. So we had a long weekend and we were itching for a beach vacation. We knew just the place. Since our camper was out of commission for the summer, we ended up just renting this little no-frills beach house, and it was just perfect for us. It was right across the street from beach access to the Delaware Bay, and behind us was a nature preserve with all kinds of wildlife to enjoy and the most amazing sunsets. And while our house had lots of beach-themed artwork, this one was by far my favorite. On our first night, we ate out at Big Oyster Brewery. This place was superb. Good beer and lots of yummy seafood options. We got back to our little beach house just before a storm hit, but we were rewarded afterwards with a beautiful sunset and a full rainbow. Since I'm always awake before anyone else, my long-standing beach tradition is to take a morning walk with the dogs on the beach. This is the first beach trip where I had 2 dogs to walk. Delaware Bay is the world's largest spawning ground for horseshoe crabs. During May and June, tens of thousands of horseshoe crabs lay millions of eggs on the beach. Many of these eggs end up becoming food for migrating birds. The activity was dying off when we were there in late June, early August, but there are still lots of horseshoe crabs present. The wave and the chaos of mating can flip horseshoe crabs onto their backs, where they can just end up stranded and die. So I did my part by saving a few of these creatures. While I find these creatures fascinating, Ember and Larry were much more cautious and confused. The day was looking pretty gray, so we headed over to Prime Hook National Wildlife Refuge to walk some of the trails. We parked the car and headed down the boardwalk loop and then connected on to Dyke Trail. I wasn't going to take many videos or pictures on this trip or even make a recap of the trip in this video, but this place just had so much going for it between the birds and the views and the beautiful flowers that I just couldn't put my camera down. Back at our beach house, we had some lunch and did a little relaxing, and then we headed to the town of Milford. We had a little afternoon ice cream snack at North Pole Creamery. Then we took a little stroll down the Mispillion Riverwalk. back in the car and drove over to the town of Milton, where we arrived at one of the most beautiful sights. This place was huge. Someday we'll have to go back and take the tour. The beer was cold, the food was hot, and the atmosphere was just right. That evening, we decided to take a little walk on the beach, since only the dogs and me had made it to the beach so far on our beach trip.
Another morning walk at the pup on the beach. It's one of my favorite things to do coming to the beach, is take the dogs for a walk in the morning. I got crazy hair, no makeup, but hey, it's vacation, it's the beach. We finally got some sunshine today, let's see. Yay! So we're gonna do some hanging out on the beach today. Hello, Krabby. Uh-oh. Remember, watch out, Ember. Don't fall. Watch out, Larry.
I listened to some birdies sing while I waited for the teenagers to get moving. The jellyfish in the area were really abundant this past summer, and I had heard so many reports of people in the bay and in the nearby ocean getting stung. We were pretty hesitant to do much swimming, which definitely put a damper on our beach time. Ember kept an eye out for other dogs on the beach. Larry was happy to do some digging. Aaron piloted a flying dragon. And I took selfies.
The only way I get shots of myself is if I take them myself.
We tried our hand at sandcastle building. And of course, there was lots of lazy resting time. After freshening up, it was time to head out and go to dinner. Dinner was at Meeting's Seafood. We left the dogs back at the house, but they definitely could have joined us on the outdoor patio. They even had a dog menu. We stopped to pick up the dogs, and then we headed out for another evening stroll on the beach.
This is probably my last beach walk with the doggies. Larry is gung-ho because there's some birds ahead. But it's another beautiful morning here at the Delaware Bay.
The original plan this day was to head to a dog-friendly beach along the Atlantic Ocean, since a beach vacation implies a trip to the ocean, at least in my head. However, we decided our bay beach was just perfect. Why pack up all of our stuff and fight all the other tourists to go hang out on a more crowded beach when we could just walk right across the street and have an even better experience?
A lot more people out on the beach today than there was yesterday. Forecast says Low 80s and abundant sunshine. Go, Larry, go! You're boogie boarding! Look at you!
Sean was determined that Larry needed to be a boogie boarding dog.
Go, Larry, go! Good boy, Larry! Good boy! Go. He's good. He said just more. He's ready.
Put him back out.
Whoops. Good boy, Larry. Way to hang on. All right, Larry, you're on the boogie board. Look at you go. Go, Larry. Uh-oh. We got you.
Sorry, baby.
You're doing it, Larry. You're boogieing. Aww.
Dinner, our final night, was at Irish Eyes Pub and Restaurant back in the town of Milton. This is a really cute town, and I'd love to go back and explore it a little more. Plus, our food here was really yummy. And on that last evening, we had a stunning show from our little beach house porch as the sun just slipped below the horizon, closing out the last day of our Delaware Bay vacation.
We're at Prime Hook. Prime Hook. We're at Prime Hook somewhere. I had it. We're at Prime Hook Nature Reserve, and we are on the boardwalk trail. It's never mind.